Hi everyone, it is Beth with Flying by the Seat of My Plants, and I thought I'd bring you along. I am starting some snapdragons and petunias, and then I'm also going to up-pot some of my lettuce, and I'll bring that over in a minute. What I did was prepare everything ahead of time. So I filled up all of my pots, and here I'm just using one of these trays. The top, there's two trays. The bottom one does not have any holes, and the top one does have holes. And so this way the water will drain into the bottom. And in this flat one here, this is what I'm going to do my snapdragons in. And the snapdragons, they say it requires light to germinate. I have done it both ways. But I'm just going to spread the seeds, and then I do have some vermiculite that was left over from last year, and I'm going to lightly cover it. Since the seeds are going to be on the surface for the snapdragons, they have a tendency to dry out faster. So to help keep that moisture in and algae down, I'm going to top it with a very light layer of vermiculite for the snapdragons. And these are the Madam Butterfly mixed snapdragons. They're absolutely gorgeous. And these I got through Johnny's Seed. And I did save seeds from last year, and I can go ahead and throw those in too. There was a lot more seeds that I did save, but Abby had a field day with a lot of the seeds that I did save, and they were all over the place. So first and foremost, I'm going to get the snapdragons out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And hang on one second. Okay, so the snapdragon seeds are very, 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 very tiny. So the way I like to start it, rather than using like the cells, like these, I'd rather just spread them out in here, and when they start sprouting, and probably after they sprout, maybe about 2 weeks later, I am going to up-pot them into their own little cell. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot easier than, I'll show you the seeds. They're so tiny. This is the easiest way, and I had great luck with it last year. And okay, surface sow into open or 20-row flat or preferred seedling container. And I'm just using a regular potting soil mix, and I only have it like halfway filled because I'm going to be up potting them when they're so little, so I don't need to put a lot of soil in there. And so here it says 8 to 10 weeks before your last frost. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio area, Northeast Ohio. So our last frost are saying April 27th. But I want to have some ready probably, hopefully for my plant sale. Now Johnny's, these are the Madam Butterfly, and they say there's about 250 seeds in here. And when you see how tiny they are, man. You can see what 250 seeds look like. They're itty bitty. So that's why I am going to just spread them throughout here. I'm just going to sprinkle them. And I did these last year. And snapdragons are frost hardy. I don't know, you just feel like there isn't 250 seeds in here. There better be, Johnny's. And then, I don't know. And you know what? I'm going to put seeds that I saved. So I'm going to have a mixture in here. So I did save some. I had some Madam Butterfly last year. They were absolutely gorgeous. And here's the seeds that I saved from my garden. And I'm just going to sprinkle them in. Okay, and I pre-moistened the soil. So next I'm going to top it off. Not too much, but enough just to cover. I did this last year and I think I put way too much on it. And then I ended up moving it around and I displaced a bunch of snapdragons, so just a light layer. Just enough to kind of hold the moisture in for the seeds. Got some helicopters in there. Looks like a helicopter from a maple tree. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just spray it. I got a sprayer on my sink and lightly dampen the seeds. And then these will go under the grow light in my laundry room because it's a, now it requires light to germinate. Let's see what Johnny says about that. I might just leave the light on. Okay, so you could do a fine layer of vermiculite covering the seed will help maintain moisture levels and prevent algae growth. Bottom water or mist lightly to avoid displacing seeds and soil. And then I'm going to transplant these once they get so tall, probably about an inch high. I'm going to transplant these, pot these all into another pot. Probably like either this kind of cell or maybe a little smaller cell. So anyhow, I'm just going to go ahead and put it under the grow light there, and I'm going to leave that light on. For sprouting, it says germination 7 to 14 days. So, all right, I'm going to get these watered real quick. Just a light spray, nothing heavy. Okay, so these are watered. I'm going to take these back into the my laundry room and put them under the grow light, and I'll be right back. Pause the camera. Anyhow, okay, so snapdragons are done, and I have them marked. So I did the Madam Butterfly, and whatever seeds I collected, they were mixed from last year. And got the vermiculite on there. So the next thing I want to work on is the petunias. And the petunias, if I can, I'm going to go through and see if I can put some pictures in here so you can see what they look like. But anyhow, this one is the Double Madness Petunia. It's a lavender and lavender color. And these I got from Mountain Valley Seed Company. They just looked absolutely gorgeous. So in this first one, it's 25 seeds. They put them in a little container like this. You can even see the seeds, so these are really tiny too. So I figure out how to open it. There we go. And there is 25 seeds. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. And the good thing is I can actually see them. Whoops. And I'm probably putting at this point, what, Abby? Probably about 3 to 4 seeds in a cell. I've never started petunias from seed before, but I was looking it up and it didn't seem like it would be that difficult. Abby? No. Okay, so. Okay, I'm going to start over with that. Okay, Double Madness Petunia. It's a lavender color, and these were pelleted, and they are very tiny. These feathery and double blooming 3-inch wide heads are a beautiful light purple color. Grow to 10 to 15 inches tall mounds. Easy to raise from seed and are an ideal way to reinvigorate any stale flower bed, patio or room. Okay. Anyhow, plant season indoors. I am going to push them into the soil. 10 to 14 inches apart, 10 to 12 weeks before the last frost. Harden off and transplants once there are 2 true leaves. So I will uppot these once there are the 2 true leaves. Needs good ventilation, full sun, moist, well-drained area. Avoid overhead watering. Okay, so that's this one. So I'm going to get my marker. And these are the Double Madness Petunia. Okay, and that's in these 6 cells right here. So actually I am just going to cover lightly with some soil. Not a lot. Okay. There's that one. Now the next one I'm going to do is a Double Madness Petunia Pink. So this was more like a purple, so this one I'm going to do pink. And again, there's 25 seeds. And that's what they say, 25 seeds right there. sunk down a little, so I added more soil. Okay, I'm going to cover these up a little. Okay, and on the marker, actually I want to put on here, this is lavender color. And then on the other one, this is a pink. So this is called Double Madness. Petunia. And this is a pink. Okay, and the next one, Double Cascade Petunia, 100 seeds. And you know what I just noticed on here? These are, okay, the Double Cascade Petunia mix, they are a hybrid. So, meaning, you know, you could save the seeds, but then you're not guaranteed to get the same thing for the following year. Okay. Now they're saying there's 100 seeds in here. So I don't know, we'll see. That's 100 seeds. So I'm going to do 2 of these, possibly 3, we'll see. Because I can always up pot these. And these are a mix of color. Top these off with a little bit of soil on top. Just taking out some big sticks. Okay, so I got 12 more cells to do. So I got to figure out, well, first I'm going to do my marker. I'm going to do 2 because I got 2 different 6 cells there. Okay, so this is a double cascade. And it's a mix of color. Here's double cascade. Petunia mix. And today is February 11th. So I'm going to put a date on here just so kind of see how long it takes. Okay, so I have 12 more cells, and okay, so here I have 2 different, these are the Salvia, which are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, these take sprouts in 10 to 30 days, so I'm going to do that over in these cells. How many seeds are in here? Oh, about 25. These are from Baker's Creek. So this one is the Rose Rhapsody. And then I also got this one, which is a Swan Lake. And so these I'm going to cover lightly I'm using a potting mix. So this one is Swan Lake. Okay, I'm going to put that on a marker. And these grow 20 to 27 inches tall. Hummingbirds love them. Butterflies love them. Bees, of course. And they're gorgeous. I grew these last year, and they were absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to do the Rose Rhapsody. And these take up to 30 days to germinate, so I definitely want to get these started. And then next, not today, but I'll be starting herbs here pretty soon too. Okay, this one is the Rose. And today is 2/11. And I'm going to put a little bit of soil on top. Okay, so everything is marked. And I'm going to top it off with a little sprinkle of water. Okay, so I sprinkled all of these, and I'm going to go ahead and move these into the laundry room under that grow light. And I'll keep you updated on these. And then the next thing I'll be doing is I'm going to grab my onions. I'm giving them a haircut, so I'll show you what I do with that. And then I also have to up-pot my lettuce. Okay, and also since those seeds do take so long to germinate, I'm going to keep that soil moist. So I have a spray bottle that I could just spray to keep the top moist. So that's going to be important because you don't want to dry out. Oh, I had another packet of Salvia. That's right, I'll plant that later. Okay, so I'm going to get my onions and show you what I'm doing with those. Raise this up a little. Okay, these are all the onions. I think they did pretty good. These are the green bunching onions. Red ruby, I never really got a lot. And actually I didn't add any more seed. I figured that was enough for my garden. And the Walla Walla did pretty good. That's the Walla Walla. And another Walla Walla, and then I got some leeks, and then some more green bunching onions. So right now, I just want to give it a trim. And onions, they do like water, so you really don't want these to dry out. But I'm just going to trim them down, probably to like 1.5 inches tall. That just keeps them upright. Ooh, it smells so good. These are the bunching onions. And of course the battery went dead, so I just went ahead and trimmed. And if there's any seeds on there, you can, right now, I'm just trimming them off. But you can also get your fingers wet and kind of roll it where the seed is, and they come right off. So this one I haven't done yet, so. And you just want to make sure that you keep everything moist so they don't dry out. I'm not keeping it where they're drowning, but I would say I probably water these at least twice a week. So let's say if I water, I just watered these yesterday. So that was Saturday. I'll probably water these again on Tuesday. So put these back under the grow light. And I still do have sprouts coming up, so. All right, now the spinach I will probably just leave. Some of these I might go ahead and separate into another pot if there's 2 in 1, but some of these just have 1. And this is my spinach here. But anyhow, I'll show you how I up-pot these. So, and I'm going to start out with the red Merlot. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want the bigger heads. I could let these go and they would be like a leaf lettuce, which would still be very good for eating. But if you want bigger heads, you need to separate them. Let me see if I could turn this more so you could see. And I'll just give you an idea. I'm not going to show you all of them because that's a lot of lettuce. Okay, so I just took them out of the pot and then gently separating it. Making sure I have all that root. I already have one in that one pot. And these are going to be gorgeous. It's a red lettuce. And I got that from Baker's Creek. And I did pre-moisten this soil too. And then I have this one. And I just want to separate it. Just go as gently as you can. There's two here. The roots are pretty big right now. That lettuce grows really fast. And there's going to be some sacrifices made. So, I mean, if you can, take the strongest ones. This one looks really good. Just separating them out. Just making a hole with my finger and then pushing down with my finger the root. Do that again over here. And I'm pushing the root down in there. And as far as this goes, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to have 12 of these up potted. So this is where the sacrifice comes in, because I'm not going to up pot anymore. So I'm going to thin these out. I know we hate to do that because it's like you're killing them. But I only want one in each cell, and I can up-pot these later. So I'm going to start on, this is a romaine lettuce here, and I absolutely love romaine. So I'm going to separate these because, as you can see, they are very overcrowded. So hopefully on this you'll see exactly what I'm doing here. So I took out the whole plug, and then I'm just going to separate them very, very gently. And they're very young. They're not really like root bound but the roots, you know, there's quite a few roots there, so as gently as I can, I want to separate them. So there, I pulled that one out. That's going to go there. Now I'm going to pull gently, pull this one out, getting as much of the root that I can. So you're going really, really gently. And that's going to go here. That one's really tiny, so I'm probably not going to do much with that one. I know, I'm killing babies. I hate doing that. Okay, this one's already got its second set of leaves, so I'm going to try it and separate these two from each other. Hang on. So, gently pull them apart. Just do a little wiggle. And then I have these two. Wiggle them apart. And there we go. So that one's going to go in that one. That's going to go there. Same thing. I'm going to wiggle this out of there very gently. It's going to go there. And very gently take this part. Just kind of wiggle it and they kind of break loose from the other. Okay, and then from there, I'm just going to make a hole. I put my finger in there and just slowly put the roots in there, tuck it down in. Hold on to the leaves so you're not burying the leaves, you know, what already sprouted. Do the same thing with this one. I'm going to do it with this one. And basically, that's how I up-pot everything. Just make, you know, put that hole in there, put the dirt up around it. And these are so tiny, they shouldn't go in any kind of shock. Now, just one cell. So far I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, this one has some really big ones in it. These look really good. Let's separate these. And I'm just going to repeat, putting the root down in the hole, holding the leaves so that I don't bury the whole plant. Generally want to make sure all the roots get underneath. Just tuck the roots down in there, bring the dirt around it. And I'm hoping with our weather, I'll be able to transplant these outside, but, you know, if it doesn't happen right away where we can actually plant outside, like the lettuce, because it is frost hardy, they're in big enough pots to give them a really nice chance to start forming that head. And I still have more to transplant, but you know what? I'm going to move on to something else really quick. Okay, so these are, so far I got 1, 2, 3, 12, 18 romaine. That will be the romaine heads here. All of these. Let me fix that camera. Okay, I'm going to wet this down and get it out of the way. And put them under the grow light. Okay, so I got the petunias done. I got the snapdragons done, so that makes me really happy. I up-potted some of the lettuce that needed it, and hopefully those will do well. You know, I can give you an update on them, like in a week or something, to show you that they made it through the transplant. And, you know, I'll show you the snapdragons, and next I'll be starting my herbs, the salvia, rosemary, because those do take a while to germinate. And I'm not starting my peppers yet. I'm not starting my tomatoes yet. That's going to be later on. That probably won't even be until, I got to look at my seed packet and the calendar. And count back to where I think I should be starting those seeds, because it'll probably be in March for the peppers. I just don't know exactly when in March. And then the tomatoes. The peppers do take a while to germinate sometimes. I've always been really lucky with them. And, you know, it seems like in the first couple weeks they're kind of slow to grow. And then all of a sudden they just start exploding. So, and that's after I up-pot them, actually. So, all right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll try and drop some pictures in here of the petunias, because they're absolutely gorgeous. Kind of like a Victorian garden feel to me. Oh, and I also got some of the salvia in, and the petunias. The Madam Butterfly snapdragons, Madam Butterfly snapdragons are absolutely gorgeous too. And I got a mixture of colors on those. So anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. And I guess that's it. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And I have not watched the Super Bowl, so whoever you were rooting for, I hope they won. And that's about it. All right, I will talk to you guys on the next one. All right, bye.